If your business feels disorganized and it's starting to get in your way, here's what I want you to know. You're not bad at this. You just never set up the systems or outgrew the systems you did start with, and you need a new perspective. Remember when you first started and you didn't have any clients and you had a bunch of time and you set up cute forms and you set up a website and you made a few calls and then you got some clients? And then you thought, I'll set up systems soon. I just don't know what my clients need or want. I need to know that before I set up any systems. So now you're not sure what to work on and when. You don't know your numbers, and you are so frazzled that you've completely lost your life-work balance. The whole idea of freedom in setting up your own business has gotten away from you, because now you're doing things the hard way instead of the easy way. And it can feel overwhelming because we didn't set up the systems. And now we're trying to keep everything in our head and remember what we're doing. And there's volume, there's pace, there's the rhythm of business and the sheer number of decisions. I mean, there's a bazillion decisions to make when we run our own business. And you can't do it all at once. And you can't hire everyone all at once. And you can't scale or grow if you don't have systems in place. So now you're the bottleneck. You are stuck. The fear of doing something wrong in this day and age of treating everyone like an open book on social media, where we see everybody else's businesses and what they're doing, it can feel like we're behind all the time. And it's not true. It's a facade. So let's get ourselves together, shall we? Because fear of doing it wrong and comparing yourself to others is the real problem. Disorganization comes from who and how you want to be in your business. As the leader of your business, you need to do something about it. I had a client that ran a print shop, and she was very proud of the variety of things she could print and the solutions she could find to customers' problems. And it showed up in ways that quickly became disorganized. There were shelves and cabinets full of catalogs, and there were rooms full of papers and specialty things that they could print on, and someone would need it one day. And there was no room for spreading out a catalog on the counter to actually help a client make a decision about what they were going to print. And there was no room for her to take a vacation and be assured that things would be taken care of. This actually led to an employee getting fired and accused of theft, when really the owner of the business had hidden the petty cash because they were afraid something might happen to it or someone wouldn't know what it was for. And so they hid it before they went on vacation, and then forgot where they put it and lost it for months, thinking someone stole it, instead of having a process in place where someone would know what the petty cash was for. So the piles of samples and options and the inability to make decisions in order to create systems that could train other people to run parts of the business while she was on vacation or just wanted to go to lunch or take a day off led to a lot of chaos and cost her business a lot of money. There was just excess inventory everywhere, and clients would walk out because they couldn't make a decision in such a cluttered environment. You have to start with who and how you want to be, how that connects to your vision, mission, and values for your business. And when you're systematizing, there's no one right way to do it, but every business needs systems. And what those systems look like depend on, again, who and how you want to show up in your business. It's where you get to meet your clients where they expect you to be. Systems set you free. They do the heavy lifting of meeting the standards you set for yourself and the expectations of your customers. So you get to design it however you want. You created the business in the first place, so you know how to do it. So just start. Do it. The trick is designing it based on your needs and how to best serve the client. So workflows and repeatability are really what it's all about. I have some clients that are completely analog and some that are completely digital. It just doesn't matter. It shows up the same way. A system is only as good as how much you thought through. So it can be as complicated as, a 6-level deep filing system, or as simple as chronologically setting the new bill on top of the old bill in a pile under a rock on a table. That's a system. The system is the repeatable process, so you know where things are when you need them. It can be a cluttered desktop or a simplified desktop. It can be a file or a pile, because really a pile is just a sideways file, and a file is just an upright pile. So you get to decide how you want your system to work. But really, it's all about identity. Stop putting it off. Be the kind of person that knows what they're doing and sets themselves up for success. There is a deeper pattern underneath all of your fighting against creating systems. It's the old imposter syndrome, right? It's about identity. You are deciding who and how you want to be, not comparing yourself to other people we see on social media that seem to know what they're doing. They don't. They've just decided to try something on for size and run with it. So get curious. Try a system on for size. Use it a while. Adapt it. Change it. Try something else. But the system itself, not the tool, the app, the planner, the file system itself, is what matters. The system of the workflow is what matters. So we need to designate a holding space for the different kinds of work you do and create a rotation plan for the things in that space and the steps involved in putting that stuff into action. What do you do with that business card when you go to a networking thing? Do you take a picture of it and put it in your CRM? Or do you put it in a Rolodex? Do you leave it in a pile, in a shoebox, in the top drawer? What do you do with it? What's the plan? That's what a system is. It's the plan for doing the work you need to do to serve your clients every day. And it is the plan for delegating those tasks when you don't have to be the one to do them anymore. And it is the plan for freeing up enough time to do the deep, creative, and strategic work that needs to get done. Turns out yesterday was the best day to get organized. Today is a great day to get organized for a better tomorrow. And it pays off because every system you set up allows you to practice that system. The repetitiveness of a system is what frees up time, energy, and money so you can do the actual work that matters. It allows you to feel like you got it done and you get faster and it gets easier the more you do it. And so you get to feel satisfied and more productive at the end of every day when you work a system. When you leave it to chance, or you wing it, or you're a free spirit that floats around doing whatever you feel like doing next, that's when you start feeling overwhelmed because the stuff isn't actually getting done. You're just enjoying playing around in your business. A real business is one that you've set up for success, one that has repeatable tasks that can be delegated and sold once you have them documented. So over and over is how you get good at it. Documenting it is how you scale and delegate and sell your business to make money. You get to decide how much of that you want to do. But really, we want to create clarity. The standards, the expectations your customers have about how they're going to receive what you provide. Whether it's, a Big Mac or your 6-month organizing package, whatever it is, you get to decide how you are going to live up to the standards and expectations you set for yourself and your business to provide excellent customer service for your clients. Because that's where it really shows up. Bad customer service is where a lack of systems really, really shows up time and time again. So think about that. Your processes are the most important part of your business, both in terms of client retention, in terms of scalability, in terms of money, in terms of sellability. And luckily, there's a system for developing systems. Of course there is. So it's a step-by-step process, and it's easy. And you can look it up in 100 different places. But the trick is, one system at a time, workflow, designate a home for the things you need for it, and have a rotation system. And then you practice it. You aren't behind. You just haven't systematized yet. There is one small thing you can do today to get you started with systematizing. I want you to take a piece of paper. Yes, a piece of paper. Doesn't work as good when you use a computer for this particular project. And I want you to draw a vertical line straight down the middle of that paper. So you've got 2 columns. On the left-hand side, I want you to list the things you put off until later. And on the right-hand side, I want you to put why you put them off. This is the time where you go through that pile of stuff you set to the side of your desk or heaped on a pile on the credenza that you were going to get to later. And just go through the pile and list them one by one. There's that form I need to fill out. There's that reminder to contact that person. This is the bills I have to pay. This is the new bank account I need to set up. And I want you to then list why you didn't do it right then and there, or why it didn't get scheduled with a specific time to do it. That's it. Go through that pile and then leave this piece of paper on your desk for a few days, maybe a week, and see what patterns evolve. Are there things that you put off regularly because you don't know where the information is, or it's going to take you a long time to gather the information to fill out that form because you don't have a system set up for knowing where those things are right away? The numbers you need to fill out the new bank account or to pay the bills. Do you not know your numbers? Do you need a money system? This is what we're looking for. The common threads. And when you find the 1 or 2 that have the most hiccups because you don't have a system in place, set up that system first. All right. Good luck with it. I can't wait to hear what you might discover. If this helped you see that organizing doesn't have to be so hard, start with one small decision today. One pile, one drawer, one open loop, one thing you can make simple enough to move forward today. And if you want more practical ways to simplify your space, decisions, and mindset as an entrepreneur, subscribe to More Than Organized and watch the next video here. It will help you take the next step without turning your whole life into a project.